Hi everyone and welcome back to Mighty Kiddos. If this is your first time here, this is a channel where I will be sharing toy reviews, toy recommendations like today, and these recommendations are going to be based on how I use them in therapy with kiddos with developmental delays, but also how I use them as a mommy at home with my now 6-year-old and my now 4-month-old. These toys are very loved. I have used them multiple years with kids of all kinds of skill levels. So I know for sure these toys will be, for one thing, fun for kids, will last a long time, and are very engaging. And we are learning every time we're playing. So it's not going to be like you're wasting your time buying these toys. So my first one here is actually going to be puzzles. Kids really love puzzles. So by the time they're a year old, we have expected their pincer grasp to have developed fully now. So we are ready to introduce small pegged puzzles. And another pro tip I shared in a different video is when we're introducing toys to our kids, puzzles in particular, we want to make sure we give them the board, and we, the parents or the caregivers or the therapists, hold on to the pieces. This is super duper important, not just to keep the pieces together, but this allows the child to communicate with us. So we are practicing on verbal communication. So we will say, oh, what do I need to do? I can't get the pieces. What do I do? Open, open, if we're working with sign language. Otherwise, we will just focus on our words. Open. We can guide the child to say, please, please, whatever it is. So we open and we have the piece. And then we give it to the child. Where does it go? Can you figure it out? And then you put it on here, right? The child then picks it up. And this is why this is age appropriate for 1-year-olds to 2-year-olds. Don't worry if your child is 1 and he or she is having trouble picking up these little pegs. Then let's just wait a little longer to introduce it. Or what you can do is then just focus on, oh, show mommy where it goes. Can you point? Where should mommy put it? And you have the baby point or the child point so you can put it there. It is important also to start at this age introducing shapes and colors. That is a really good way to start, improving their cognitive skills, not necessarily pressuring them because some of them might have verbal delays. So we will just focus on saying like red, red, not saying the red circle. That would be too much for this age. So we want to just make sure we're giving them opportunities to engage with us verbally, but at an age appropriate level. So yes, puzzles like this, I would highly recommend at this age. So I hope you give them a try. The next toy I would love to recommend works also on fine motor skills, right? And this is a pegboard. A pegboard with pegs. This one lasts a long time. It is a little bit difficult to put the pegs in. This is why we start after a year, because by this time the kids have managed to use their strength a little bit better, right? There's 2 ways of starting. So depending on the kid's level, you could start by put in. You did it! If the child's having a really hard time and it's just too hard for them, then we'll work on taking it out. Can you do it? Can you take out? Pull, pull, pull! Yay! And this one, by the way, does not belong with the set. It's a different one. These are the ones with this set. The ones with the little cross on top. And these are awesome because you put them on, right? So you can put one on there. Okay, your turn. Put it on top. On top. And the child comes and puts it on top. It's also a really good exercise because it helps with bilateral coordination because the child can hold it as he or she puts the other one on top. So this is a toy that grows with the child's skills. So this is why I like it. And this is also good to introduce colors again, right? At this age, this is when we start introducing colors. So we could do matching. I give him an orange one, right? And then you could give him another option. Okay, where's the same one? Which one? And you have the child, point to it. Okay, which one's the same one? Which one's same? Points to it and then puts it on. So pegs are actually a really good toy to introduce at this time. I prefer this one. This is my #1 recommendation. So the next toy I would love to share with you is the caterpillar. This one is so cute. One of the easier ones. As you can see, it has simple colors. So it will be working on matching. And it has these really cute gears where you just match them on there, right? So easy to put on. You just want the child to put red. A lot of the kids at first, it is so funny to see that they are oblivious to colors. They don't know that colors are supposed to be together. So they'll put the red one on the yellow or red on the orange. And that's when we correct. We say, no, no, no. You got to do same, same. Red, red, yay. And I love it because the way that it keeps the child entertained is by spinning it. Ooh, so you can spin it this way with your index finger, right, which is the simplest way to do it. Ideally, we want them to use all of these fingers like this to spin, right? 3 fingers to spin. And we connect them, and as we connect them, the whole caterpillar starts moving. So it's really engaging. This one is awesome. Now that I showed you how to do the peg, in the video above, I have recommendations for kiddos from 6 months to a year, and I introduced one of these that is a lot easier to start working with. This we introduced at a year to a year and a half because it has an added part of balance. So these little things move. So it's not as easy to just put in like in the other toy. This one, the hole is smaller and where you're putting it moves. So you definitely have to have better control and coordination of your fine motor skills to put it on, right? And same thing, it has the matching numbers with the quantity and the amount of things that have here. However, this one is only focusing on numbers and colors. All the shapes are the same, which really is still pretty cool. So I do recommend this type of toy for a child this age. It's really important for them to work on the balance that we need, the patience to complete one whole task. And right, I'm seeing a lot more kids now with delayed communication, verbal communication. So I feel like as parents and as caregivers, we need to spend a little bit more time making things a little tougher for them so they have the need to communicate with us. So with this toy, you can do that. Now, at a year old, that's when we start working on colors, like I've said throughout this whole video so far. So a must-have toy for a child this age is cups, sorting cups with any type of animals to sort. This is the one of my choice. So you have all of these cups and you put the bears in there. So it comes with little bears, right? They were different colors, and you set out the cups and you just help the child color sort, right? So you could start different ways, giving him the green one. Where does the green go? Here, where? Most of the time, like I said, kids that are first introduced to color, they won't care. They'll just put it in. So this is where we're like, no, no, no. Green, green, in. And all of the vocabulary that I am using is very simple. So green, green, put in, uh-oh, when it didn't go inside. So this is very engaging toy. It's a must-have. I feel like all parents should invest in color sorting because it makes understanding the world a lot better. You understand concepts of same and different, and you're working on simple commands. At this age, we want children to be able to follow at least 5 different simple commands, like put in, give me, put on somewhere, or throw away. So this gives us an opportunity to work on those verbal communication skills. Now, another one that kids love is this button size sorting game. So this one, there's several ways of using it. There's, whatever the skill that it is that you're working on with your child, but it's so super cool. This little box is very durable. Again, this is another toy from Lakeshore Learning. I love that place to buy really good quality toys. And it comes with different size buttons and different shapes. Button, we are working on fine motor skills of grabbing with your fingers and putting in. Put in, yay! We do have different sizes, so this is a big button. Oh no, uh-oh, it doesn't go in the small slots. So you have 2 different types of slots. The big one or the little one. And you have 2 different sizes of buttons. Well, right, you have the big one and the little one. And you put them in here. You put them through the slots. So you're working on object permanence because it stays in and it's closed, so the kids have no access to it. Once it goes in, it's gone. But then you work on open. Oh, they're in there. You pull them out. So this toy is amazing. I feel like this toy, it helps so much improve their fine motor skills. This is a good introduction to size recognition, which is another cognitive concept that sometimes kids struggle with. So this is pretty good. A fun one for sensory play are these little droppers. There's 4 of them and they're jumbo size, right? So look at the big top. whoosh, they use it with their whole hand, or they can use a little bit of fingers, but it doesn't take much force to make the fluid or the liquid go up. So I use this with matching water with food coloring. So red one goes in the red, green, and so on and so forth. And they all look very different, right? We have that one, we have this one, and this one. So this is a good toy to have for outdoor play. You could use them in the bathtub, and you are not just working on just giving him a toy and letting him do whatever he wants. He is working on a fine motor skill, which will be helpful for him later on. And our last and final toy is the shape sorter. Shape sorter is another must-have. This helps kids start recognizing shapes. You see shapes all around, and it works on trial and error because you're not going to always know where the shape goes, right? So depending on your kids' skills, I've had kids that are super good at this, that they just know all the shapes within a month. And I've had other kids that struggle. That is very difficult for them. So again, we'll take out the shapes, hold it in our hands. When I have a child that's having difficulty matching them, I give them just one shape of the cube instead of going all around the cube. So I put it this way and I say, where does it go? Can you figure it out? So now he only has 3 options, right? So he could do trial and error. No. Yes! Woo! He did it! So this is why I think a shape sorter is a must-have. This is just my favorite one. It's Melissa and Doug. Is budget friendly and high quality. These have lasted a long time. So now that we have explored all the toys and I've given you a few pro tips for kids from 1 to 2 years old, tell me which one was your favorite. Have you used any of these at home, or do you have difficulties with your child engaging with any of these toys? Please comment below, like this video if you found it helpful, and share it with others so we can spread the word on how to better choose toys for our children that are keeping them away from screens and more on hands-on learning. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you in our next video. Have a wonderful day.